How's it going out there? So we got somebody here, a couple people, one, two, something. Hey, how's everybody doing out there? It's Joey66 coming at you on my live stream like I do every Sunday night. Although once in a while I miss it, but and things may change soon. I've got some other stuff getting ready to happen, and I may not be here every Sunday night, so we shall see about that. But for now, it's still Sunday night, 7:45 Central Time. How is everybody doing? See, I meet Tamir. I see John. Two people. Hopefully, we get a little crowd in here tonight. Go for an hour and a half, probably. Tail Happy, what is up? Good to see you. It's going down. I just got done talking to my son on the phone, which is nice. He's in the Army. He's in New York, and hadn't talked to him in a while, so that was nice to talk to him. Just got off the phone a few minutes ago. He's probably going to come back for Christmas and stay at my house, so that'd be cool. So looking forward to that. And of course, we ordered the Tesla today, which was kind of fun. It's not a very involved process, but got that taken care of. And hopefully we're trying to get that before the end of the year. So we shall see if it shows up before the end of the year, but we'll see. Hoping to, because you get a little bit of a tax. There's some tax incentives too if you take delivery before the end of the year. Hey Sky, what's up? Sky One is in the house. We're just getting white. We decided we like the white with that full. The whole roof is a two big windows, and it looks really cool on the white. It really stands out. So we'll probably get the windows tinted and do some black. Some of the chrome we'll probably end up doing that in black and stuff like that. So I think it'll look pretty cool. I'm not a huge fan of white cars normally, but I like that car in white a lot. So plus the white is the standard color that there's no extra charge for. All the other colors are $1,000 or $2,000 more. And I happen to really like the white anyways, and we like the way it looks with that big whole glass sun. The roof is all glass, which is really cool. It looks really good. So it worked out good for us. I'm not exactly sure how that all works, Sky. I'm not sure. I know that the actual controls are really interesting in it, but yeah, how they run the AC and the heat, I'm not sure. I need to look that up and study up on that a little bit. I know there's liquid going through the batteries all the time, cooling them, so maybe they're using that to heat the car too. I don't know anyway, but the controls, you just there's not any levers or buttons or anything, which is interesting. It's all touch screen, and you can shape the air in the car where you want it to blow by pulling it in different directions on the screen. It's kind of interesting. I'm not too worried about like oil prices or trying to save the earth or any of that kind of stuff or paying for gas. I don't really care. I just think the car is really cool. So that's why we're doing it. Not really because we're not like trying to save gas money or any of that kind of crazy stuff or think we're saving the planet from destruction, but it's just a cool car and I really want one. And she really is into the electric cars and the hybrids and all that stuff. So luckily for me, she liked the idea of the Tesla, so that worked out good for me. And I think it'll be okay for the channel. I don't want to get away from the Challenger or anything like that too much, but I think it might help a little bit. Another interesting car, two interesting cars rather than just one. Hopefully I can expand my horizons a little bit here in the YouTube world. Yeah, I think electric cars are probably the future too. I just don't think it's going to happen. A lot of people think it's like 2 years away or something. I don't see that happening, but every car company is working on this kind of stuff now. So probably, hey, Becky's here. Boise City's here. Boise City and Becky both showing up. Good to see you guys. However, not your future. It might be. Yeah, I suppose the less demand for fuel will be the price should go down, but for gasoline type fuels, fossil fuels. I joined a bunch of the Facebook groups for Tesla and Tesla Model 3s and all that, and about 80 or 90% of the people in there, I don't know how to describe them, but they're a little strange. They all think they're, saving some bird in Africa or something by buying their car, but whatever. I just think it's a cool car. John Paul is here. What's up? Oh, you can't stay. Oh, you're behind the wheel. Good night, man. Thanks for coming in, John Paul. I appreciate that. Be careful up there. Careful on the road. Yeah, last of the V8s and some Mad Max. Yeah, Bernie's going to buy us all Teslas with somebody's money, from some miracle money he shows up with somehow. He's going to run out of other people's money to spend one of these days. Yeah, I feel almost weird getting a Tesla because you feel kind of like, I don't know. I'm not one of those people, but I just think the car is really cool. But like I was saying the other night, there's a lot of people like me, because when I look at those, the pages and stuff on Facebook and other forums and stuff, there are a few guys like me. I'd say about 10% of the people. Hey, Dominic, what's up? About 10% of the people are like me. They just think it's a cool car. And there's a lot of guys on there with Camaros and Mustangs and stuff like that. And then they also have a Tesla and other cars in Tesla. So they're not all, it's not all skinny jeans and man buns and sandals. There's some regular people there too. They just think the car is cool. Yeah. Someone should do that. V8 swap the Tesla. That would freak some people out. So now the nervous, it's weird because Kim was kind of nervous about everything, and I was all calm. Let's just do it. And then today she got on and did it, and then she's all calm now, and I'm like, oh my god, we ordered a car. So anyway, we'll all get over it, but kind of waiting for it to come now. It's going to end up coming right in the middle of the dead of winter, but yeah, well, we got the slowest Tesla you can get. It's still pretty quick though, 5 seconds in the 0 to 60, which is fairly quick. Alan Osborne, what's up? I get paid from ads. Happy. As well as when people do the super chat here on these, I can get paid from that too, but on my live streams. You don't see ads on my YouTube vids. No, that's weird, because I see them on there because I watch them at work sometimes. I watch myself at work when I'm bored. Sometimes the ads don't show up for a little while when I first make the video. It takes a while for ads to show up on them, but yeah, I did see that Hellcat. I saw a Hellcat swap on a Prius that time. That's pretty cool. That's still going around out there. Yeah, someone should do a Tesla. That would be it would be the weirdest swap ever. It makes no sense whatsoever, but it would be fun. Yeah, that's the very base model, Becky, that we're getting. We're getting the base entry level. That's why they're getting so popular. They finally put out a car that people can actually, normal people can go out and buy without it. So it's kind of cool. Yeah, Dominic, you set it to how far you want it to charge. They recommend you keep it like between 20 and 80% for the best battery life, and to not do damage. It says to only charge it up to 100% if you're getting ready to leave on a big long trip or something. It's okay to charge it to 100%, but they say you shouldn't do it if you don't have to. So you can set it for how far you want it to charge. And then, yeah, it would just shut off when it gets to the whatever you have it set for. It just shuts down. And then if it runs when it's shut down, it's still using electricity, so it would run itself down a little bit, and if it does that, it'll cut back on and charge itself back up again. So yeah, Dodge boy, I saw that. I saw that Mustang inspired SUV, the Mach 1 or Mach E or whatever the heck they're calling it. Yeah, I just saw that. I was just looking at that. It looks kind of cool. Oh, sweet, Sky. So your video went viral. Nice, nice, nice. Awesome, dude. Everybody check out Sky One. Yeah, that's cool. I'm glad you got a video that hit like that. That's really cool. Alan Osborne says, hit that like button. Yeah. Sweet. 150. That's some good money right there. Nice. 153,000 views. That's nice, man. Yeah, I like all the gadgets. So we played around with a lot of stuff. It's really fun. I just love that kind of stuff. And if it were front wheel drive, I probably wouldn't buy it. I'm glad it's rear wheel drive and all that stuff. So I'd like to get the dual motor one. It's a lot quicker. And then the dual motor with the performance is like really quick. It's like 3 seconds. But it's another $30,000 or more than that. So, and the dual motor long range is like another, I think, $12,000 or $15,000. So. Nice. You picked up 200 extra subs from that one video, Sky. Cool. Oh, you're not monetized yet. Oh, crap. See, that would have been good money. That would have been, depending on your, all channels have a different rate that they get paid, but I think the dual motor Model 3 is like low 50s. And it's like, it's pretty quick too. The performance one's really, really quick. No, she was pretty calm. I was the one that got nervous when the ordering started. I got a little frustrated with that because you got done ordering and then it sends you to this financing thing that was just it was a mess. But we got through it, so. Yeah, the Model S is really cool, Sky. It's a nice car, but they're expensive. The Model S is. So we were out today doing some measurements on the house, trying to see where we want to get our. We're going to probably have to have an electrical outlet out there. There's a few different options for charging the car. You can hook it up just to a regular 110 or 120, but it's really, really slow charging. And there are several other options you can do. So we were kind of out there doing some measurements where we're going to park it and how far we need to go with whatever it is we end up getting an electrician out here to do. So we'll see about that. Yeah, connect the power to the street. There is a park right near here. It's a city park, and they have RV parking spots, and you can stay there, and there's no charge. It's just a free will donation. They have boxes out there. You can put money in. And they also have all the hookups we need to charge the car. It's the same hookups that you plug in a lot of RVs to. It's the NEMA, I think it's 1450 outlets. You can charge the car really quick with those. And they're just sitting there down the street, and no one's using them. And I don't know if they'll let us get away with that or not. Tesla also tries to sell you solar panels when you order the car for your house to do all that, but we're not going to do that. So. I'm going to run it over to the neighbor's house. And Sean says, have you two had yeah, she drove the model. We drove a Model 3 dual motor a couple weeks ago. They let you take it. They just give you it and say, here. It's not even like a regular test drive. They just give you the car and say, figure it out and come back in an hour or so. And that's what we did. So we got lost in Kansas City because we didn't know where the hell we were. So we just started driving and got fairly lost. And then, of course, just got on the GPS on the car and had it guide us back to the dealer or the store. It's not a dealer, it's a store or a boutique or whatever the hell it is. I know the battery life in these things is really cut by quite a bit in the cold weather. And we're living in the cold weather and we're getting it in the cold weather. So this could be interesting. We're going to see. Yeah, Sean, we drove that dual motor too, and it is nice. I mean, I was just very impressed. I was real curious to do it and real curious to be in one and all that stuff. And then once we got in it and got going and stuff, it was like, oh man, this thing's cool. It's really cool. And this kind of solidified the whole thing. Like, yep, I think we should do this because it's just a really cool. It's just so different than anything else. Boise City says build an electric car. Yeah, 1,000-mile range would be best. I know that the Roadster that's supposed to be coming out is supposed to have 600-mile range, but it's a two-seater without much. It's two people and that's about all it can handle. But yeah, it's supposed to be 600-mile. Cool. ET Racing is going to fire up some videos soon. A whole bunch of them. Nice, nice, nice. Joey's Tesla channel coming soon. It's going to just be one channel. We're going to have both cars. Yeah, I know it. I need to have she would get more views than me. I've been looking at like thumbnails lately of all the different car channels and the ones that get the most views, other than the really huge guys. But the ones that get the most views have like a good looking girl in the thumbnails standing in front of the car or whatever. So maybe I should do something like that. I'd get some girls to pose in front of the car. I know a few who would probably do it. I told Kim she should. She's like, I'm not doing that. So they don't want to see my old ass. I disagree. I think she looks good to me. I think she looks really good. Yeah, I think electric cars are going to kind of explode here. I don't think it's going to be all electric anytime soon, but I think a lot of people are going to start buying them. So there could be issues with. There already are issues. I've seen a lot of things lately in some of the more populated areas where the cars are more popular. I've been seeing pictures of at the charger stations and stuff of big, huge lines. And you can imagine a line when it takes half an hour to charge it. So you're the third or fourth person waiting in line, and it's that's a long wait. That part of it would suck. Sean misses his octane red Challenger when he sees the car in the sun. It looks so beautiful. Yeah, it's a great color, man. I love that color so much. When it's clean and looking good and out in the sun, or even in the like sunset or sunrise, or even in a cloudy day, it looks so different in different lights. It's pretty cool. The Tesla is metal. Some of it's aluminum and metal. Some of it's steel. It's a kind of a weird mishmash of different things. Yeah, portable battery trailer to tow behind. Oh, cool, ET. So yeah, ET Racing, obviously, we know what that means, but it's also a conglomeration of you guys' last names. That's cool. Nice. I just don't think front wheel drives are very fun cars, and I don't know. I just like the rear wheel drive cars. I would not. It's not that I wouldn't want one, but I wouldn't pay 40 grand for one. If it was, we probably would just go get another Prius or something. I don't know. I'm sure she has a glass breaker in the car. Egan and Thompson, ET plus elapsed time and Egan and Thompson. Cool. Yeah. With any car, you got to have something to break the glass out. Oh yeah, I'm wearing my Harley shirt. Well, gasoline is a fire hazard as well. So yeah, it's weird. You can feel it when you're driving those cars. All the weight is at the very bottom of that battery, right? And the bottom of the car in the middle, it's all battery and it weighs a ton. And you can really feel it when you're in the car. You just feel that low center of gravity. It feels really, really stable. It really feels good. Yeah, lithium's dangerous and it's fire hazard, but gasoline is dangerous and it's a fire hazard. And you can run out of electricity and you can run out of gasoline and you can run out of fuel is fuel. It's all dangerous pretty much. There's not too many fuels that aren't a little bit dangerous. I haven't seen the Joker movie. There's 2 movies coming out that I want to see though. I'm so excited because I never like movies. There's never any movies that I want to see, and there's 2 next month. There's that Midway, and then there's Ford versus Ferrari. I'm really dying to see both of those, so that should be exciting. Our car will go 250 miles on a charge, which isn't very far, but yeah, we'll see how that goes. So, how long will the battery last? Nobody really knows yet because these kind of cars haven't been around long enough. But some of the experts, and actually a guy who is an expert on this kind of stuff, and he doesn't like Teslas, but he does say that the battery should last, like 500,000 or 600,000 miles. If the car's not going to last as long as the battery, so. And he's an anti-Tesla guy, so for someone who doesn't like him to say that. I'm not really a big movie guy. I want to see it. There's very rarely movies that I want to see, and there's 2 coming out like almost at the same time that I'm really interested in. So that's pretty exciting. Yeah, Midway looks great, and then the Ford versus Ferrari. That whole story's always fascinated me anyway. So definitely got to go see that. And I live in this little town, and we have one theater here. If we get one of those here, I'll be thrilled. I know there's no way in hell we're going to end up seeing both of them here, so I'll probably have to travel to Salina, Kansas, or Grand Island, Nebraska, or somewhere to watch it. Yeah, you don't replace the batteries in a Tesla pretty much because it's a huge over 50% of the cost of the car is the battery. So, I suppose if the battery went bad, you push the car off a cliff or something. I don't know what you do with it, but yeah, the battery's like 20 something. I think around 20 or more $1,000 just for the battery. So. Yeah, they say like 20 to 80 or 30 to 70 or whatever, but you can charge it all the way up. Like if you're getting ready to leave on vacation or on a trip or something like that, where you need a longer charge, they just don't recommend that you charge it up to 100% all the time. Sean, you're done. Sean's done racing for the year. Oh yeah, I forgot you were going racing Saturday night, weren't you? Because that's what they were saying the other night. Yeah, cool. 10-5 at 131. Woo! Nice. Congratulations. That's fast. I would love to be in a car or drive a car that could do a 10-second quarter mile. I've never experienced that. Yeah, just wait till you get some other stuff done to it and you do some get it going a little faster. That's going to be awesome, Sean. I think I'm catching a cold. I hope not. We have some 8-mile grudge racing about 60 miles from here on the summertime weekends. I think it's over now. The guy I work with thought he's trying to get me to go up there. He has a Corvette that he goes up there in. And it's his Corvette's pretty quick. He's got an 86 Vet that he has 383 in it. And I guess it's pretty quick. He thinks he can beat me. I don't know. He probably can't beat me in an 8th mile. He did beat a Scat Pack up there one night, and he had to come and rub it in for the next week every day. So he did say the guy could not hook up at all, and the guy was catching him at the end of right at the finish line each time he was about to get him, but he just couldn't quite catch him each time. So have a race in valet mode. We all drive all the cars here, and same with the Tesla. We'll all be driving different cars all the time. So she drives the Scat Pack, she drives the Prius, she drives the Saturn, and she'll be driving the Tesla. And we just kind of take whatever fits the right mode for the right day, depending on what we're doing, who's got to go where, that kind of thing. So I think I'm getting the cold. I really do. Damn it. I hope not. Sky One wants to race Sean. Uh-oh. Here we go. I've got 4 more days at work, guys. I put in my notice 4 more days. Oh, on a road track. We have it's an 02 Saturn SC2. It's a good little car, but it's slower than I can run faster than that thing, I swear. But it's a good little car. It gets us around town and to where she works right now. Actually, she's starting a new job tomorrow. Where she's been working, they have this really crappy dirt and rock parking lot, and there's all these trucks driving through it and stuff. So she always takes that Saturn to work because she doesn't want to leave any of the other cars in that parking lot. So, but you don't blame her. So, yeah, it's a good car for that kind of stuff. You know, if something happens to it, it's not a big deal. If rocks fly up on it or anything, nobody really cares. But it's a good running car. I just put new wheels and tires on it yesterday. We're looking for some tires for it, and it's such a junky piece of crap car. I didn't want to buy new tires because it just seemed like a waste of money. So I put an ad on Facebook and for some used tires, and the guy called. He had Saturn wheels and tires, good, almost brand new tires with the wheels because his mom's Saturn, she blew up the engine in it. So I got the wheels and the tires, 4 of them. Almost in brand new condition for $120, so I couldn't pass that up. So Kim went and got them the other day, and I put them on yesterday after work. Yeah, I know. I'll be off work, and I pissed off my free vacation guy. He wasn't buying my crap, was he? He knew he caught on. Yeah, I don't know, ET. I'm not sure I didn't ask, but I was happy to buy the wheels and tires off of it. So $120 for damn near new tires that'll probably last me way longer than that car is going to last, you know, so, or at least longer than I'm going to have it. And the wheels are actually in pretty good shape. So, and they, you know, took me half an hour or so to pop the old ones off and stick the new ones on and get them aired up right and all that stuff. And we were on our way. So now it's got good tires on it. I'm happy about that, especially with winter coming. Yeah, well, I said that comment about the hookers after he caught on. So I always ask those vacations. They always talk about vacations, and I always like to ask them which place has the best hookers or the most hookers, or sometimes they still talk to me after that. But yeah, I'm changing jobs. Kim's changing jobs starting tomorrow. So she's a little nervous right now. She's got to get up and go to her new job in the morning. She actually applied at this place a few months ago, and she was very excited about the job. And another girl got the job instead of her. It's an office job. That's kind of what she does. She's like a secretary type. She's good at all that kind of stuff a lot. So um, another girl got the job, but then they just had another opening, and the guy called her and said, "Do you want this? It's yours if you want it." I was very impressed with your interview and all that stuff. And basically, the only reason she didn't get the job before was because she was kind of lives far away from the place. We live a little bit a ways from this place, and he was a little worried about that. But another job opened up, basically the same job, different person left, is retiring. So they called her and said, "You want the job?" So she went up, I think, Thursday or Friday and did all the paperwork and everything, and she starts tomorrow. So yeah, oh, there's jobs everywhere now. I'm changing jobs because I don't know. I gave it 6 months. I thought I'd like it. I thought it would be cool. It's hard to explain. I don't dislike it. I don't hate it. I just, hey, ET, see you later, ET. Thanks for being here. I just don't feel comfortable there. It's hard to explain. I just feel out of place, and I just can't like picture myself staying there. So I figured, why not go ahead and get out now? It's the slow time of the year for them, and rather than drag it on any farther, I just went ahead and put in my 2 weeks notice. And so Thursday's my last day. The last day of the month is my last day. Just wasn't happy. And I know I wasn't going to be happy. And it wasn't like a miserable job. It just was like, just didn't feel right. That's all I can really say about it. So I've never had a job for 6 months, that short of a period of time before. All my jobs have been very long term and 10 years, 8 years, and things like that most of the time. So it's kind of weird to leave a job that soon. I used to be an assistant manager of a grocery store before this job that I have as of today. And I took this job at an auto parts store. That's where I've been working for 6 months. And I just don't, it just feels weird. I just don't really. Oh, it's cool, Sky. You had people come up at a Cars and Coffee and recognize you from your video. I've only had that happen a few times. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool when it does happen. Hey, Sai Freshty, what's up? I'll let you guys know what the next job is pretty soon. I'm going to live stream 24/7 from now on. We're just hanging out, talking about all things, jobs, cars, Teslas, Challengers, racing, the usual good stuff, Rusty. Yeah, we haven't seen you in a while. It's been a while. Always see some of these names pop up. It's been that way. The last couple streams have been that way. There's been some old names we haven't seen in a while pop back up, so that's pretty cool. It's always nice. We're going on 35 minutes. Hey, Sean, thanks, man. Thanks for coming in. Good night. Yep, everything's going good, Sean. Thanks for being here, man. Appreciate it. Oh yeah, Junkyard Dave registered and insured his reconstructed Hellcat. Cool. That's a good channel. I really like that. Was great watching some of that. So he's got it registered and up and running. Cool. I wish I had the kind of skills to do that kind of stuff. Get an old, crashed something really cool that's been totaled like that and rebuild it. But if I spent the rest of my life, I could never get it done. So. It ended up costing me more than just buying a new one. I'd have to hire so many people to help me. So yeah, I heard that guy that has Tall Guy's old Hellcat is getting close to being done doing a lot of work and stuff. So somebody else was saying that. It might have been you. I don't remember. Somebody else was telling me that one of the last couple streams. So that's cool. I always liked that car. I like the color that he had that car. It was really cool. That wrap he had on there was nice. Hey, thank you, Sean. Appreciate it, man. Thank you for the congratulations too. I really, uh, I'm hoping it's not a bad thing. It's going to be an adventure, that's for sure. Thanks a lot for the $2, man. I appreciate that so much, you guys. That's awesome. Thank you very much. Hopefully, the Tesla works out to be a good thing. If not, lesson learned. But I just kind of want to do something like that and do something a little bit of crazy. Do something another kind of interesting car for the channel. So I'm real happy about it. You guys may hear me crying about it in a couple months. One way or another, it should be some interesting stuff. I hope anyway. I wish I could be like some of these channels where they have a new car every 2 weeks, but this is the best I can do for now. That'd be nice, man. I appreciate those channels though. They're fun to watch, that's for sure. Good for them. A go-kart with small block Chevy. Oh yeah, Rusty, we bought a Tesla. We're waiting on it now. We ordered it today, as a matter of fact. So Tesla Model 3 to go with the Challenger. Was hoping to get something kind of cool for the channel and a little bit different than what we usually do, and so decided to do that. Kim's really into my girlfriend Kim. She's really into the whole electrics and all that kind of stuff, and then hybrids and all that, and so yeah, doing the Tesla thing now. So hopefully this turns out to be a good thing. Could be scary though, especially living in the middle of nowhere. We live 200 and some miles from the nearest. Well, we're 200 miles from the nearest Tesla service center. But we have discussed all that stuff with them, and if anything goes wrong warranty wise, they come and get it and bring it, and we don't have to pay to have it. They, no matter how far it is, they go within 500 miles, I think it is. So we're well within that to pick it up and bring it back and fix it and bring it back to you. So hopefully this works out. We'll see. Yeah, we're keeping the Scat Pack no matter what. The only thing I would get rid of the Scat Pack would be for a Hellcat, but until that day comes, we're keeping the Scat Pack. It's a Challenger channel through and through, and that'll still be the main focus and all that stuff. So it may get away from that a little bit when we first get the other car, because I'll probably be wanting to make a little bit of that kind of content at first because it'll be new and exciting. But it's still the Challenger channel, and I'm not getting rid of the Challenger unless it's for Hellcats. I bet it probably has, Sky. You see all these guys on these videos doing insane things with their Hellcats in like downtown streets with people standing around, and they're crashing into their cars and they're crashing into people, and they think they're being super cool, but they're destroying their car and they're causing everybody's insurance rates to go up. And there's nothing wrong with having a little fun in your car, but you're supposed to do that at a track or out in the middle of nowhere where the only thing that can happen is you might hurt yourself, but nobody else. That's the goal of having fun in the car, is don't endanger other people while you're doing it. I do some stuff sometimes, but it's out on a highway where there's nobody for as far as you can see. So the only guy that's going to get hurt is going to be me. Yeah, Becky only speeds on clear roads while in Mexico. That's all I do too. I always go down to Mexico. Yeah, that guy on the phone asked me when I was on here the other day, asked me if I'd ever been to Mexico, and I lied and said no. I go to Mexico all the time. 1,700 a year. That's not too bad. We pay our Scat Pack is on the same policy with some the other cars, so I think we figured it at about $100. It went up about $100, about $1,200 for a year. So the Scat Pack roughly costs us about $100 a month in insurance. And the Tesla is going to be $70 a month. We're getting rid of the Prius. We're not getting rid of the Prius. Her son is buying the Prius from her, and so that Prius insurance will be replaced with the Tesla insurance. And I think the Prius insurance is about 40 or 50 a month, and the Tesla will be 70-ish. So we called and got a quote from them before we decided to do this to make sure it wasn't going to be anything outrageous. Actually, it was pleasantly surprising. Hopefully, we're not. Hopefully, we still have that same price when we actually get the insurance. I hope. Yeah, it's the same. It's an independent insurance agent here, and they work with a bunch of different other companies, and so we have it through. I think it's Farmers Mutual, I believe. Yeah. Becky's got her RT insurance down to $89 a month. Insurance is really high in West Virginia for some reason. Yeah, a lot of it depends on the state too. It's in Nebraska here, insurance is relatively fairly low anyway. So you State Farm, yeah, and it depends. Like two people could call the same company and get a quote and get completely different prices. Just there's so many factors, and it's weird. That's why it's always a good idea to shop around a lot, and that's why I like to use the independent agents because they have, they work with several companies. Like they'll have a whole list of companies they work with. They can you give them your information, and they call you back later with whatever they get the best deal or whatever, or have 3 or 4 different options for you to choose from. Dominic pays about $70 a month with 1,000 deductible. That's pretty good. Boise City, what's the point of having a red eye if you don't use it? It has a hand to use it. It's hard to use that stuff on the street. You can't really. Steve Fitzpatrick. What's going on, Steve? Nice crowd tonight, guys. Awesome. Becky says that's it. She's moving to another state. Yeah, well, if you move to like California, New York, or some of those states, New Jersey, I think there's a few that have really high insurance. And I see lots of young guys, like young dudes, and they get a Scat Pack or a Hellcat or a Camaro or Mustang or whatever, and they live in one of those states, and their insurance ends up being just outrageous. I don't know how they can do it, but I'm old too, so good driving record, and I'm old, so that helps. And your credit rating, I think, affects your insurance rates too. So there's a lot of factors, and who knows? There's probably other factors, whether you park it in the garage, your neighborhood, and all the other issues. How many cars get stolen in your neighborhood and things like that. Someone ran over your key. Yeah, shopping for insurance is never fun, and that's one of the reasons I like the independent agent idea. You just call them, give them your stuff, and they go shopping for you. Yeah, Montana would be nice, guy. It's beautiful up there. I've only been up there once, but it is gorgeous. Wyoming, Montana, Idaho, Boise City. South Dakota is really nice. I like South Dakota a lot. It's a real pretty state. You get a little bit of everything. You got some open, flat areas. You got the canyon-ish areas, the Badlands, and all that, and some mountainous areas. It's pretty cool up there. It's pretty nice. Nice scenic state without too many people. They had some rough weather though, so we got rough weather here too, but it's a little bit worse up there. Yeah, you gotta make sure you understand the policy, Rusty, so that you don't want to just get a cheap rate and then have the policy suck and something happens and you're kind of screwed. Becky wants to move to Florida. You don't like snow? Yeah, I wouldn't mind moving to Florida, although it's a little wacky and crazy people down there. But yeah, I think I've read that, Steve, that Jersey's like the worst place for insurance. Yeah, a lot of accidents, a lot of people, and a lot of crime, and I think a lot of car theft and vandalism and stuff like that. So I think that has a big impact on it. No joke. Let's see. Boise City says no joke. About a Hellcat that'd be stolen in 2 days. That bad. Damn. Yeah, Florida's got a lot of old people and a mix between like on the highways between like people driving like maniacs and then people who are putting along, and that's a bad combination. 89 degrees in Florida. I would take that. It would be nice. That's perfect weather right there. Yeah, I think Florida's full. I'm tired. Texas, there's some areas of Texas that seem nice with good weather and not, um, some of those, obviously, the big cities down there would probably be a little too crazy. But if you want to get away from people, there's probably some nice towns and cities in Texas that wouldn't be too bad. I like New Mexico's pretty nice. Yeah, you get that humidity, Dodge Boy, for sure. That's rough. Yeah, I think Florida's one of those places I like to go to, hit the beach, do that kind of fun stuff. But I don't know, living there. Same with California. Being there is nice, but I couldn't live there. And I don't know if I want to visit there at this point anymore. But it's been a long time since I went there. But old women in bikinis. Some things are hard to unsee. Yeah, there's no state income tax in Texas and Florida, and there's a few others. I'm trying to remember them all. I think Wyoming is that way. I'm pretty sure. One good thing about having a beat up old Pontiac is less chance of it getting stolen. Yeah, some people will steal anything though, just for fun. Yeah, I have a couple of crappy cars, and I've had a lot of crappy cars in the past where I just even left the keys in them. Not in the ignition necessarily, but I leave the keys in the car. I figured the only people are going to steal this are maybe some kids to joyride it. Nobody's going to take it for any value or anything. If someone knows those keys are in there, they might steal it and go drive it through cornfields for fun or something like that. But Becky says, yes, I would wear a bikini every day. Be afraid. Be very afraid. Texas has the fastest speed limit in the United States. Okay, Becky, you better put up some photos so we can see. We'll let all the guys here be a judge. This guy, bumper sticker. I'll merge with you. I need to. I still want to get an old beat up pickup truck, but I just keep buying other stuff. One of these days, I just got rid of an old beat up pickup truck not that long ago. But I always think I need a pickup, and then I buy it, and then I don't really use it for any pickup stuff, but once or twice a year. But when you need one, you need one. But on the other hand, 95% of the time you don't need it or more. And I got lots of friends with pickups, so I guess you can give those poor guys a call, offer them beer and pizza or whatever to help you do whatever it is you got to do. I'm running out of places to put any cars, so I don't know. Any more cars, we're gonna have to. We're gonna need another place to live. I got rid of a car today, though. I forgot. That's one thing I didn't talk about. I got rid of the Ford Focus station wagon today. It is no longer in my name. Signed it over to somebody else, and it's their responsibility now. And I canceled the insurance as of end of the month. So yeah, I could. I could start a rent a wreck. I could start my own car ride service like Uber or something. Get a couple of people to drive for me. It's getting cold here. Fall is in full effect. All the trees are losing their leaves, and tomorrow I think we have a chance of a little bit of snow. Not like I don't think it's supposed to stick, but just be like flurries and stuff. So we've been having some cold nights, like 25 overnight and things like that. It's definitely coming in quick, and she's got her first day on the job tomorrow, and she's got about a 60-mile drive to work, and it might be a little bit crappy weather in the morning, so that's making her a little bit nervous too. Yep, 60 miles. We live in the middle of nowhere, so like a lot of people drive up to Hastings, Nebraska for work. Yeah, 120 miles a day. Her job she works at right now, or as a actually not anymore. Yesterday was her last day at the old job, but she drove on that job. Her job was driving at that job, so she was driving hundreds of miles every day. But yeah, we really live in. I can't describe to you how far out in the middle of nowhere we live. There's not a lot around here. The good jobs are up there, and a lot of people drive up there. She may be trying to hook up with some carpooling stuff here in a couple. Once she doesn't want to do it right away because she's not used to the job and all that stuff yet. But once she gets up there and gets comfortable, there's a couple people that live literally just a few houses down, and they drive up there every day, and they have pretty much the same schedule she does. So she's thinking about trying to hook up with them and see if they want to alternate weeks or whatever, you know. There is not much at all. A lot of people drive that far, so a lot of the used cars around here, even after just a couple of years, you'll see a lot of them with super high miles because we live so far out in the middle of nowhere. It's so far to go do anything. I used to drive 30 miles each way for several years. That's probably the farthest I've ever driven for a job. But yeah, 60 mile and out here, no, there could be some bad days, but she's discussed that with them. They understand that there may be a couple times a year when she just won't be able to get there. It is. It's a long time on the road. We drive that same exact drive all the time though, because that's where we go to do pretty much anything as far as shopping and that kind of stuff. Everybody goes to Hastings, Nebraska. That's where we go to. If you have any kind of doctor's appointment or shopping or all that kind of stuff. So it's like one of those drives we can do with our eyes closed because we're so used to it. That's why we have all the cars and stuff because like we don't want to put that many miles on the Scat Pack, and we have all these other cars that you know let the miles rack up on those. Sometimes you you have to cross the hallway to get to your office, and sometimes you have to stop. Well, that's gotta suck. It would be nice to work from home. I don't know. Some people say they think it's going to be nice, and then they don't. But Yeah, it's 2 hours a day of just driving um, on your own time. You know, tearing your own car up and paying for your own fuel. But yeah, some people say that, Rusty, that it could be a little bit rough working from home sometimes. Everything can be rough. You never really know how anything's going to be until you do it. If something could seem like the greatest thing in the world until you do it, and maybe you don't like it, or it could seem like, oh man, I don't think I want to do this, and then you end up loving it. So that's just life. You don't really know anything until you actually experience it for a while. My channel might turn into the Teslas are the biggest pieces of crap in the world channel. Who knows? We'll see. Becky's tried to find something that you can do from home. No luck so far. It's hard to find like good, legit things you can do from home. Yeah, boys, that's a lot of gas. But we got the Prius, the Tesla, and the Saturn gets like about 40, so it's not too bad. And the job pays really well. It pays a lot better than anything around here. So hopefully this works out. And yeah, the time is my thing. I used to drive that 30 miles to work and back, and that was an hour a day. That was at really just thinking about all the time I spent in the car, not getting paid, just my time. But it can be nice too because it gives you time to think and kind of get your thoughts together, and that sometimes was kind of nice. We'll be charging it at the house here, and also there's a couple other options around here that we can do. And we are going to pretty soon be having an electrician come out probably and install some stuff so we can charge it faster. I'm spending 50 something in, well, I guess about 50 a week in the Scat Pack, maybe about every 10 days, and we don't even use it for anything. So I still burn up all the gas in it. Just pleasure driving. Yeah, it's about $50, I think, when I fill it up. Lately, it's been about $50. I'll just go out and drive it for a couple hours just for pleasure. I was like, oh my gosh, I just realized how much money I spent. But it is worth it and fun, and 100% worth the money. It'll be interesting to see how much our electrical bill goes up as opposed to the gas costs and all that stuff. So I may get out my thinking cap and my calculator after a while and try to figure all that up. Not sure how I'm smart enough for that, but I think I can do it. The Prius is nice. I mean, it's a really nerdy car and all that, but I tell you what, the good thing about it is you fill that thing up and you don't have to really think about a gas station for a long, long time. Becky, you just wanted to cruise the other day, and then you remembered that I would have to replace the gas. Yeah, yep. It's fun, but then it's like, okay, well, I just spent $15 or $20 cruising around having fun. It sucks the gas down. Plus, I like to drive it in sport mode, and I like to, have a little fun here and there. Nothing crazy, but yeah, the Prius that we have out there has. I was looking at it today. It's got 130,000 miles on it now. It's 129 something, and it's still no battery issues yet. and it's rock solid. I mean, the car is. I hate to even say this because something will happen now, but nothing ever but oil changes and brakes and stuff. You know, nothing's gone wrong ever. So can't complain. It's definitely a quality vehicle. It's just not fun in any way other than I guess it's fun that you don't have to spend any money. So there's that angle. I guess you could look at that as fun, but it's a very inexpensive car to drive. And you can get used Priuses for pretty cheap now. So for somebody looking for just some transportation, it wouldn't be a bad car. Boise says he might get a used Optima. You go 550 miles on a tank compared to 330 on his current car. Yeah, the Scat Pack is about as much fun as well. I mean, I'm sure Hellcat's more fun, but anyway, it's a lot of fun. It's worth the money. But yeah, there's so many. Like the Saturn is a great little car as far as economy goes, but it's a our Saturn is a 5 speed, so it's kind of fun to drive a little bit, but it's really loosey goosey. Like the shifter just sort of flops around, and the clutch pedal is just like it's like there's like nothing to it. But it's kind of cool. You're sitting really low in it. You're like your butt's about that far from the ground when you sit in that Saturn SC2, and you're looking out the door panel like right here. Your head's only a couple feet off the ground. It's kind of cool in some ways. I have not had the opportunity to actually drive a Hellcat yet. I really, really, really want to. I know I would buy one without driving it because I already know I want it. If I could get somebody to let me drive one, I would. I couldn't even get the dealer that I bought the Scat Pack from to let me drive another Scat Pack. So I didn't like flat out ask them, but they didn't seem too interested in trying to show me the other one that they had a few months ago. That would be awesome. That would be really awesome. Oh man, to drive a red eye, especially. Yeah, guys, that would be great. Thank you guys. I was never like an import guy. I never liked Toyotas and all that stuff or any Japanese stuff. I didn't hate them or anything, but then when I met her, she had that Prius, and I gotta say, it's been a good car. And she's had it. She bought it brand new in 2010, and like I said, 129,000 miles. Like it's just about to go to 130, and she's had like zero issues ever. They do make good cars. I mean, there's no arguing. Everybody makes good cars now, but I don't know if there's anybody making crappy cars anymore. There might be some stuff in China or something that's crappy, but as far as the stuff you can buy here, there's nothing that's junk. That I can think of off the top of my head, anyway. Well, I wouldn't say Dodge is crappy. It's a little off the. It's a little bit, you know, compared to cars 15 years ago or 20 years ago or 25 years ago. It's certainly not crappy, but yeah, it's not up to the current standard, possibly. But I can't even think what an Ultima looks like right now, like the newer ones. I know I've seen them because the place where the dealership that we bought the um, Scat Pack was, it's a Dodge and Nissan dealer. I know I've seen them. I was over there looking at the Nissans. I just can't remember what the hell it looks like. Steve, you test drove a ZR1? That would be really fun. Rusty says the Ultimate is the first ever imported car he ever bought. Becky says since she bought her Challenger, she can't imagine driving anything else. Yeah, I can't imagine not having one. I drive other cars, of course, but yeah, to not have a Challenger, I don't think, I hope that never happens. That's my plan anyway, to always have one or maybe more. Sky loves the looks of the new GT500. I have to agree with that. It is beautiful. The Mustangs in general they look good to me. I really think that they've done a beautiful job on those cars, especially the GT500. Kind of think the Fords look pretty good in general. All of them do. The trucks look good. The Mustangs look good. I can't even think what else they have now, but whatever. As far as the little SUVs and crossovers, they all look the same anyway. You can't tell one from another. Yeah, Boise says that's with all the driving you do, you just need a reliable car. Yep. A reliable car is a good car no matter what it is. If it gets you where you got to go, then that's a good car. I think the Saturn's a good car. I'm sure a lot of people wouldn't think that, but it's a good car. Starts every day, gets you where you got to go, gets you home. Heater works, air conditioning works. Becky says guys in trucks usually want to. I get guys in trucks want to race me too, so it's not just a girl thing. A lot of diesel pickups want to race, and some of them are very fast. I get a lot of just people want to rev their engine and show me how loud their car or truck is. If I'm at the gas station here in town, out on the corner filling up or whatever. There's always a couple of guys that got to go by and let me hear their super loud exhausts. Yeah. The Mustang's going to be the only Ford passenger car, like non-truck, non-SUV type thing. So that should be that's going to be weird, But the Japanese companies are still going to be making cars. I don't think anybody else will be. They're probably happy about it. I'm sure Nissan, Toyota, and Honda, those cars, they're probably happy that Ford's getting out of the car business. They're going to get a lot of that business. So. Yeah, I love my big, heavy Challenger. I love it. It's big and it's comfortable and it's heavy and it's obnoxious and I love it. Yeah, I have. Yeah, Just Dave. What's up, Just Dave? I've been trying to lose weight for a while. I've been kind of slacking off the last couple of weeks. I put a few back on, but yeah, I haven't been getting my recommended. I did have tacos last weekend because I every other Sunday is my day to eat whatever I want, and then the other 13 days in a row I basically starve. But then every other Sunday I just eat whatever the hell I feel like. And so last Sunday was Taco Sunday, so I ate a bunch. Kim kept thinking she kept thinking I was done, and she started to clean up the the dishes and stuff, and I'd get more, and then she'd say, "Okay, now you're done," and I'd get more. I don't remember how many I ate, but it was a lot. Yeah, I get better 0 to 60 times. Yeah, I'm trying to lift weights and lose weight, and so it's kind of hard to tell, on the scale because you're gaining a little bit of muscle, but you're losing some. So it's really looking at the scale is almost kind of useless. Sky joined the gym. All right. Yeah, I can tell by like the way my clothes fit and stuff. That's pretty much what I go by. And my face, especially in videos, I can in my videos I can always tell when I've gained a little or lost a little because my face gets real poofy or it never looks. I always have a fat, chubby face, but it gets really bad when I start putting weight on. Sky One's been doing weights and some Zumba in a room full of women. They have a little home gym down in the basement, and I've been using that. I used to have a gym membership at my old job when I was the assistant manager at that grocery store. I had a free gym membership the entire time, so I used to go to the gym every day. Actually, got into bodybuilding for a while and all that kind of stuff, and I just got to I kind of hit a wall after a few years of that. It was like it's hard to keep up that pace, and I hurt my elbow, which didn't help either. Injured my elbow pretty bad, and kind of had to lay off for a while. And then it's hard to get back on it because I was working really hard down there. Yeah, being a CNA, you walk your butt off. You're probably walking a long ways. My home gym kind of sucks compared to the gym I used to go to, which wasn't the greatest gym, but it had everything that you need. The home gym down there is a little bit kind of rinky dink. It doesn't really do a lot of stuff, and some of the range of motion on some of the things on the machines and stuff that we have, they just aren't that great. It's real awkward, and you can't get a good. But it's better than nothing for sure. It's free. We have it down there and all that stuff. So get down there and use it. Usually do that in the mornings before I go to work. So I don't go to work till 9:30 in the morning. Sometimes most days. So uh, then get up 5 or 6, have a couple cups of coffee, and then try to go down there before. And that gives me time to get up here and take a shower before I go to work and all that. Sky needs to lose a lot of weight. Doctor's orders. I always find that doing the low carb thing is the works the best for me. I know it works really good for a lot of people. It works really well for me. It's the only thing that works for me. Everything else I try just doesn't work. Doesn't not seem to work. Or I can't stick to it. Like really low calorie stuff, I just can't stick to it because I'm freaking starving all the time. So the low carb thing, I can still eat a good amount of food without, as long as I eat the right things. Hey, Robbie, what's up? Robbie Fred says, "Sorry I'm late. How long before you get the Tesla? And what persuaded you to get that brand?" It says it's a 5 to 9 week wait. I'm hoping it's closer to 5 because we're trying to get this in before the end of the year for the tax credit thing. What persuaded you to get that brand? Well, Robbie, my girlfriend, she went along with me when I wanted to get the Dodge Challenger Scat Pack, and she's really into electrics and hybrids and all that kind of thing. And so it was her turn to get a new car, kind of thing. Not that the Challenger's both of our cars, and the Tesla will be too, but it was kind of her. And she was looking at Prius Primes, and I really, really, really didn't want to get a Prius Prime because it's this like super boring car. So I kind of kicked the idea of a Tesla Model 3 to her, not thinking it would go anywhere, but she kind of fell in love. And next thing you know, we're getting one. So I'm very happy that I just want to get the Tesla because it's a much more interesting car. It's quick and it's a crazy kind of thing to do, and I'm kind of like that's the kind of thing I like to do. So it may turn into a nightmare. I don't know, but we're gonna find out. Dominic's got a lot of free weights, squat rack, pull down machine, and home gym. Cool. Yeah, I do a lot of pull downs, and I the squat rack and all that. Yeah, I like to do a lot of that stuff. And I don't have a lot of free weights now though. I miss the free weights at the gym. We got a few free weights. I don't have a lot. Boise also helps lift people into wheelchairs. Well, yeah, you probably get a pretty good workout moving people around and stuff. Steve Fitzpatrick just finished a 12-pack and a pizza. It gets harder for me to do the good dieting when the weather starts to get cold too. I get really hungry. And there's also that, I think in the back of your brain, it tells me like, oh, you know what? You're going to be wearing sweatshirts and big clothes. Nobody's going to see your body anyway. So it's a bad way to think, but it back subconsciously. I know that's back there somewhere. I've been doing pretty good so far though. I've been sticking to it fairly well. It's faltered a little bit lately. The weekends are rough. When I'm working all week, it's real easy to stick to everything because I'm too busy to worry about it, eating and all that stuff. And it's real easy to stick to it. When I'm home and I'm around the house and there's not much going on the weekends or whatever, or if we go out of town and it's hard to stick to a diet when you're traveling because there's nowhere to eat. I can't eat. There's nowhere I can go or eat something good. Yep, I got to put on my winter weight and hibernate. Rusty, hey, thanks for coming, man. You getting out of here? Got a long day tomorrow. Yeah, me too. Have a good night. Yeah, you have a good night too, Rusty. Appreciate it. Good night. Take care. Have a good Monday. And come back. Sky had a heart attack in 2009, and you were too blocked. Well, luckily you were too. Man. Whew. Hey, Flip Flop Logic. Hello. What's going on? I'm doing good. We're just hanging out, talking about cars and jobs and working out and dieting and all that kind of stuff. We're talking about all kinds of stuff in here, really. Having an interesting night. We got a lot of subjects coming up, which is kind of fun. I like that. We got a good crowd. How you doing, Flip Flop Logic? Hey, Sky. Take care, man. Thanks for being here. Appreciate it. Hope to see you next time. Thanks for supporting the channel, dude. Flip Flop Logic is doing okay. We got what are we at? About an hour and 20 minutes now, so we're gonna a little while. We got a little bit longer to go. Flip Flop Logic says Dodge is having an appreciation event soon. Are they? Are they still doing the promotion with the 10 horsepower, $10 per horsepower thing? Or is that over? I need another Dodge. Oh, I go yawning. Oh, for the five, I saw that they had sold 500 million horsepower over the years. That's an interesting thing to look up. That's pretty cool. Till the end of the year. Oh, they're doing the horsepower thing till the end of the year. Cool. They were expecting to have it by year's end, but they met the goal sooner than expected. Nice. Yeah, they sold a bunch of Challengers and Chargers and stuff the last couple months here, so that's good. That sale they did was really, or the incentives or whatever were really good. So good to see. I see that is it Mustang's doing something similar now, I think, to what Dodge just did with the horsepower thing. I just read that somewhere. They're giving huge discounts for something. I don't think it's exactly the same plan, but they're basically going to try to do the same, pump their sales up. I think it was Mustang. I don't think it was Camaro. Camaros too? Or maybe that. So I was thinking maybe it was Camaros, but I think it was Mustangs I was reading about earlier. Since they just got their butts kicked by Challengers and everything, as far as sales went, they probably felt like they have to do something. It's a good time of year to do it too, because you're not going to. This is when those kind of car sales go slow down. Probably on people are thinking more trucks and SUVs and stuff right now with the weather turning. Dominic says they're ready for some new cars from Dodge. Love the Challenger, but they need to do some additional car. Tell Happy's got to go wash your socks. Okay, tell Happy, get those socks clean. Have a good day tomorrow, man. Yeah, I'd like to see Dodge. Dodge does some cool stuff. I mean, they got the muscle car thing kind of all in their own court there, which is nice. And the Charger is like a really interesting four door. There's not too many cars like that around, especially in that price range. There's not. So I don't know if Dodge does something with a lighter, more competitive as far as performance with the Mustang and Camaro, because the Challenger is a big heavy car, which I love, and that's why I bought it. But maybe they could do something. I don't know. They don't seem to have much luck with the smaller economy car things. Everything they try there doesn't seem to go over very well. I don't think people look to Dodge for that kind of thing. But then FCA is going to be doing a lot of stuff with electrics and stuff. I know. So at least from everything I watched a lot of these Detroit auto press guys and other people, experts in the auto industry, and they're talking a lot about FCA is really going to be. They haven't done much yet in the whole electric area, but they've got a lot of things in store. Apparently, from what I understand, they're kind of waiting until they get it just right to come out with it. So that could be interesting. Yeah, the challenges are fun in a crowded parking lot. A little rough, kind of like driving a pickup or something. But I love the size and the big heavy and the obnoxiousness of them, and the comfort level is amazing. And I like that it's big and it's heavier and it's a big traditional type muscle car, that's exactly why I bought the car. And I think that's why a lot of people buy the car. I know I can get in a Camaro for that price or a Mustang for that price range that you're probably going to outperform it, especially on a road type course or whatever like that. But it's also not going to be the comfort level. It's not going to have a trunk like that. It's not going to be a road trip car that I can drive for 10 hours and not feel like it beat the hell out of me. So it's kind of in its own little area, which I like. Steve's beer's kicking in, so he's got to get out of here. Okay, Steve. Hope you feel better, dude. Come on back next time. Good to see you. I think that, I think some companies are trying to push electric cars too early because they're not caught up yet. But I think that with the Tesla Model 3 selling so well, and it's kind of really made a big splash, and people are, you know, I think it's kind of put some pressure on the other companies to kind of try to somehow catch up to that before they get left behind too far. But then on the other hand, I don't think a lot of people look to, you know, GM or Ford or FCA for electric. I don't know if that's really on people's minds. I don't know if that's going to sell. I don't know. The range is getting pretty good on all of they're doing pretty good on the range on the batteries. And the Teslas charge fairly quickly, especially if you get to a supercharger, they charge very fast. Um, but then I don't know, there's just issues with all of them. It's a work in progress, that's for sure. Nobody's perfected it yet. But that's what has to happen. Though you got to have trial and error, and you got to just build stuff, and it gets better and better and better. Just like the automobile in the very beginning, the more they did it, the better they got at it, and the more it worked, and the more it made sense, and the more user friendly it became, and all those things. Nuclear cars, yeah, okay. Well, if everybody could have a nuclear reactor in their backyard to charge their house and their car and their whatever else. Boise City is out of here too. Hey, peace, man. See you later, Boise. Be careful up there in crazy Idaho. Be good, man. We're about 5 minutes or so. We'll wrap this up for the night. I appreciate everybody being here. You guys rule. You guys, this was great tonight. Great conversation. I know there's a whole new generation of batteries about to come out for fairly quickly. I think that are going to be a lot better than the current batteries. So that should be interesting to see how much better they are and how long they, how much of a charge how long you can go and all that stuff. So it should be. Yeah. So one, I would drive my Challenger in the snow, and I do sometimes. I have videos. If you look on my channel, I have a few snow videos on there where I'm driving it in the snow. Once I got caught in a blizzard when I wasn't expecting to. It wasn't supposed to be a blizzard, and I got caught in it. But there's a couple where I intentionally go out and drive around in the snow just for video purposes. So if you go to the channel and search snow and stuff, you'll see that I got some videos where we drive around in the snow. Yeah, flip flop. We'll be charging it at home, and you can charge it on a regular outlet, but it's very slow to charge that way. But we had a couple other options around here, and we're probably going to have an electrician come out and set us up with some other faster charging, basically. So I'm not that familiar either, flip flop. I just kind of fell in love with the car, and I wanted to get something different and crazy to go with the Challenger. So figured, what the hell, let's do it. It may be a big mistake, but we're going to find out. It's going to be fun either way, I think. Someone just let her out just now. They just let the dog out. So we might hear a bark here in a minute. I'm off the top of my head, I can't remember what the battery warranties are, but it's very similar to all the other car companies' warranties on their stuff. So it's really not any different. And from what I understand from these experts, and like I said earlier, there was this guy, the expert guy, he's been into this stuff forever, and he's an anti-Tesla guy. He doesn't like Teslas. He thinks that they've got all these issues. He thinks the company's going to go under. But when he talks about the batteries, he's like completely the opposite. He thinks they're the greatest, and he thinks they'll go like 600,000 miles and things like this. So, and he's anti-Tesla. So I don't know. I guess I'm going to find out. Yeah, if I got to get an electric car or hybrid, whatever, if I got to go to that route, I definitely want a Tesla. They're by far the coolest and fastest and quickest and most fun and crazy interesting cars. So the rest of them are all boring. So since we're going to do the electric thing, I'm glad we did that. Yeah, they're going to be expensive to repair without coverage. And I know when they get in accidents, the Teslas in particular are very expensive to repair, just the bodies and stuff, because the parts availability is not great. And it takes a long time. I've seen people on videos here on YouTube and stuff where they little fender bender and they end up without their car for like months because getting parts is a problem. Yeah, no oil changes, no gas. It's kind of a crazy thing to do, especially where we live, but what the hell? You only live once. We're just going to do it, see what happens. I think it'll be a cool thing. I'm going to learn a lot. I know that either way. I may regret it, but we're going to find out. Life will go on either way, whether it turns into a great thing or a nightmare. So we're going to find out. It is nice around here in some ways because, yeah, we got open roads and little towns and lots of open space and all that, which is great. But it can get a little bit boring, and it can be a little bit stressful when there's certain things you just can't get, where you're in a city somewhere, you could just drive down to some store and buy it or whatever. A lot of times here you have to order it and wait or drive to another city that's 60 or 80 miles away to get stuff. So Mama needs a new grocery getter. Well, I think I'm going to roll out here, guys. It's been an hour and a half. That's usually when we wrap things up. So we're going to do that tonight and get ready to head out here, guys. I really appreciate you all so much. You guys rock. Yeah, we don't get very many trick or treaters. I think we get like 5 every year. So we do have the house all decorated though, so maybe we'll get more. Thanks, guys, for being here. Yeah, thanks, Flip Flop. Come back. We do this every Sunday night, and then sometimes on other nights too. But thanks for supporting the channel and subscribe to my channel if you haven't. I appreciate that. And yeah, good time, guys. Thanks for being here. You guys rock. You guys always keep the conversation going. I just got to kind of sit here and read the comments, which is easy for me. You guys are doing all the work, man. Good night, Becky. Yeah, I think Kim will like her new job. I hope so anyway. Hope she doesn't come home tomorrow night and be like, oh my God. But I think it'll be okay. I think she'll do well. She'll probably enjoy it. It's more along the lines of things that she does. So take care, everybody. I'm going to head out. Bye, guys.